Bongcloud, considered one of the most aggressive and challenging openings in chess, occurs when you ignore common chess principles and develop your king. Now me, being the chess savant that I am, decide to test just how far I can climb the ranking ladder with the Bongcloud. However, since there's an obvious difference between playing the Bongcloud against e5 versus, for example, the Scandi, I want to make it a bit easier. The rules are simple. No matter the opening, I have to move my king out in the first 10 moves. Manual castling is allowed, but you can't immediately bring the king back to the starting square. The goal is to get to 1800 elo before I lose 100 games. Welcome to Hitting the Bong. Alright, we get what we get. Alright, let's see what we can do here. So, I don't think we can go for a 6 here. I don't think that works in this type of scenario. We can try to go for the Scandi, but that just lets our opponent get a little scared. We could go for the French and then, try to... I actually need to think here. I'm not gonna lie. Let's just go for normal stuff since we almost aborted. Okay, King's Gambit. Can we move our king out first? So after takes, we can move our king out then. Is there anything scary about that? Although it being really bad. I'm not so sure, Maybe I guess there's just d4. And then what if we play like c6 and prepare a strike in the center? What if we play some knight move after taking? And he plays his knight out right after this whole ordeal, and then we get our king out. That's actually even a little more scary. Let's just go for this. Oh, he's also 2100. I did not notice that, so we're definitely gonna lose that. But that's we get what we get. Honestly, he's probably kind of shocked right now because he's kind of ready to play the King's Gambit, but honestly now it's just very bad. I might need to just go back and try to hold this. Maybe c3, maybe d6, maybe c6, d6, knight jump. But yeah, this is already very... Yeah, d4 looks sound. Yeah, I could do, since I can't technically bring my king back immediately, I could just slide the queen over and then move the king back here, and then we're just kind of playing just down a bunch of development. Could also play d6 to prevent any... Let's go here. Let's hide the king back. If bishop takes the pawn, we just hide the king, and we're solid. This is actually kind of scary. 2100 is better than me. I don't know how I'm supposed to win this position. Maybe holding for a draw is the best chance we have, but we need to be very sound here. So right now I'm getting, again, king d8, and then just standard development, just playing down, like basically giving white great development the entire center. Okay, I did not expect that. Bishop c4. Maybe that's a good move. Am I missing something? Is he trying to like build up an attack down the center? Is that the idea? Some ideas. I'm just gonna go king d8 and hope for the best. I'm assuming he's gonna take now, or castle immediately. I don't know. Interesting. So he's not going for the pawn. That seems wrong for some reason. Can we try to hold on to the pawn? Honestly, I just kind of want to get everything out. So maybe either developing a knight or playing d6 sounds solid. Knight c6 is a move, but then this. Let's go for this first to avoid any. Just stay a little bit solid. Again, we're giving white this incredible center after he takes and castles. So we're just gonna try to bite the time and kind of hope white makes a mistake, which is hard because I don't think white will, because it's literally like a 2100. I don't even know what to play here. That's how bad this position is, honestly. We can try to go for this f6 style where we just prevent the opening of the center, right? Because I feel like he's going for this idea of shredding the center open, and that could get bad really quickly. Bishop e6 is a move, trying to trade off the pieces. That could actually kind of work in our favor. Let's go for this. I want to see Again, I don't see any like immediate finishing move. This already looks terrible, but nothing too terrible, right? So I think here we should probably take the pawn, just because that allows. Okay, so d5. That's very committal, right? That's very committal. It kind of means this pawn is going to be harder to move now, especially because this pawn is in the way of the queen's attack over here. I don't want to move the bishop back. I feel like it's not going to do so well at this square. What about just pinning? Just bishop g4, right? Like we force this commitment, this pawn commitment, and then we slide our bishop back. I mean, it's not looking awesome, right? Like, again, white is completely winning here, but it's manageable, right? So, okay, so we do still want to go for the win. So I don't want to trade off anything, especially because it kind of just, this is our only active piece. So maybe knight f6, knight d7. What looks better? Maybe going after this pawn, but then there's rook here, right? There's rook here, no? Does that work? Maybe there's h3 first. But then I think we just, well, I guess if we take, okay, I see the idea, but I don't know, man. This looks reasonable. Let's go for it. I think h3 or some kind of defensive maneuver is the most reasonable move here. Even though, like, even if white were to lose this pawn, it's not even that bad because just the incredible development of the pieces. Yeah, well, 2100. If we manage to hold the draw here and or even win, which I don't, it's not likely. We can get a bunch of points. We can get very close to our goal. So queen d3, interesting. So defending the pawn, but also keeping an eye on this. Again, we want to maintain the tension. Kind of try to see how white is going to clarify this position. I see h3 coming. I see some queenside pawn attack, right? I see maybe some sort of a pawn push later or something, but we're keeping the position close, right? We don't want to like push in the center too fast, or it could get really bad. I think the move is just normal development, just getting the best knight for our, getting the best square for our knight. Potential spots like c5 that could actually be very useful, or even a jump like this. We keep the tension between the bishop and knight. Honestly, it's way better than I thought. Like I actually think like we're doing fine here. Again, white is better for sure, but by how much, it's not quite so clear. Again, obviously I can't castle, right? So I gotta either keep my king in the center or somehow. Okay, so g4 is a very nice move. It's preventing this knight c4 jump, and it's also like getting ready for this queenside pawn storm. Or I mean, technically it's the kingside pawn storm now. What if? Okay, so actually I think this pawn push is possible, so I haven't considered this. Why I'm not sure about playing bishop e7 immediately. I could take first, which was kind of disallow this pawn break in the center, right? Because bishop d7 just blocks the queen, and it allows this pawn break. What if we take first and then play bishop d7? Then this has less merit. If the rook takes, then bishop, sorry, not d7, e7. But what if the queen takes? Honestly, let's go for it. Just keeping everything solid. The position doesn't look too bad. Bishop e7 looks solid either way he captures. Even with the pawn just looks really bad. I don't think he's gonna go for it. Okay, let's go for this. Bishop d7. Now let's see how we play around it. Eventually we can try to strike at this pawn and kind of force it, kind of clarify which way. There's also the development of the knight here, b6, which is kind of useful. Okay, nice. That's what I expected, kind of this pawn storm, queenside pawn storm. So the move I'm looking at is a5, a6, b6, knight here, maybe. Nothing is super attractive. Okay, what if I strike in the center? I feel like I can do this. I can allow this. Not in the center. Let's strike in the flanks. Let's kind of discourage white from queenside storm. Discourage this move b5, which allows the knight to sneak in, and kind of halt white's progress towards our position. Let's go for this. Especially because if we played a5 earlier, the move a3 was possible, which kind of solidified the pawn here. But now it's actually not. It's actually harder for. Okay, so he takes. I think we just take back, right? I guess we could put the knight here beforehand. I don't see the reason for that. Let's just take. Okay, so that is something I was worried about, kind of opening up this file for the rook. But I think knight b6, right? Just knight b6 and avoiding any complications, attacking the bishop at the same time. I guess a sack is possible, but I don't think he would go for that. After knight b6, probably bishop d3, and after that, maybe even a reroute of this knight to jump. Oh, I like that. That's good. I like that. Let's go for this. And we'll pre-move the take just in case. Oh, okay. That I did not expect. So he wants to firmly plant the bishop in the position, but the issue with that, he's kind of blocks his own rook from this powerful. Yeah, how about we continue with this, right? With this reroute of the bishop. It kind of looks a little scary, but honestly, I don't see any other good move. I don't think moving our queen away from the attack is going to help us at all. And if he takes, probably just take the queen, right? Take the queen, not the knight. Yeah, the knight would just hang the pawn. Yeah, so definitely can pre-move taking the queen, something like that. But he will most likely continue to keep the tension over there. What else? Trying to consider any other moves. He could try to pawn break in the center now, especially because the knight can't take, because it's stuck to the queen. But there's also some sacrificial ideas in mind. Okay, yeah, that's what I think. So I don't think this works because I think, right? Yeah, it doesn't work because I can take back with the knight and actually attack the queen. I didn't realize that. That's actually a good move. That's a good idea. Not to mention I could just take and then take. Let's go for this. You might take first, right? And then what? Then we could probably just take with the queen, right? And after it takes, maybe we win the pawn here, even though it does lose this. Let's just go for this. I think that tactic doesn't work, because I think we can just take. Takes, we take with check, right? We take the queen with check, and then we take the bishop. So I think he did not see that tactic in mind. He might be reconsidering, right? Okay, so he moved the bishop back. So we're now off the pawn, actually. Interesting. Still think this is better for white just because of the overall dominance. Let's open up this bishop somehow. I think this is getting scary. Alright, he's planning to take some way and probably take with the... I don't know. What's his plan? Like after... Is he trying to go for takes, and d3? Is that the idea? It's something scary. I don't like this pawn. Maybe just block this pawn. Yeah, I'm gonna take like this. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look great. It looks actually really bad, but I mean, it's manageable. It's definitely manageable. We're holding on to the pawns and everything pretty nicely. Like, it's not the end of the world. Ooh, okay. Knight jump in. I did not expect that. I did not even see that. That looks like a good move. I don't think we can move our bishop. I think it's too risky. I think the bishop has... For goodness sake, let's... What about... It's like... yeah, that looks good. Adding a layer of pressure. Let's go for this. And if he takes to the knight, we just take back like this. But actually, it does hang the pawn. And then we can take this pawn. Ooh, okay. That was not expected. Take with the queen. The queen, keep this pawn alive. Interesting. So he chooses to win the pawn, right? To win the pawn back, but we were already up a pawn. He's obviously gonna take. Not taking is weird. Let's go bishop c7. He's probably gonna go for something like that, right? We attack the pawn and we... Oh, he takes this pawn. I don't think that works. Does that work? Let's take the rook. Looks scary. Looks scary. There's all sorts of ideas in mind here. Oh boy. Maybe something like this is an idea. Yeah, I think he might play knight g5 next. This looks terrible. Oh no. Oh, he's pushing this pawn. Okay, I did not expect that. Let's go for this. We gotta kind of discourage him. Gotta keep the pressure going. If I'm gonna attack them, probably gonna go back here, right? That makes sense. Alright. Yeah, now we go for e4. That's the idea. I calculated it. It looks crazy. It looks a little scary. There's so many threats here in this position. I cannot believe we've held this long against a 2100. That's actually crazy. It's a good game. I mean, I think he's gonna win, but it's not so certain. Oh, I can win this rook. Oh, I did not notice that. Oh, this opened up this rook. Oh, I can win this rook. Should I go for this? I guess he could take this first, right? Then there's some checks with the pins and stuff. Let's go for this. I don't have enough time to argue. Okay, and then we take b7. Could probably survive this, right? Is there something I'm missing? If the check doesn't work, right? Like the pin doesn't work, sorry. Oh, this looks good. This looks good. Maybe we can actually win this. Oh, he gives a check. Interesting. So he doesn't take first. He gives a check. Where'd I go? Where'd I go? King c8, king e8 looks safer. Let's... King c8. Let's go king c8. Let's go king c8. So it looks a little weird, but I think we can hold. Okay. Take back. Now he takes the pawn, right? Well, actually, if he takes a pawn, rook g8 looks pretty nasty. I don't think he should take the second pawn. This king looks absolutely super weak. Oh, especially because we can win this rook. Oh, I did not see that even. He has to stay on this file. Well, actually no, because then he's attacking this rook. I actually don't know what his best move is. Oh yeah, the check. Okay, we got some time here. We can stop and think. Queen b8 looks absolutely insane. King, sorry. So king d7 and king d8 has some bad intentions. Oh yeah, d8 has this check, so I think d7. Let's go for d7. This is tough. We're hanging on, but this has been a super nice game. But we actually somehow managed to hold. He might move his queen back to try to pin the rook. Oh, I did not expect that. But honestly, I think I can either slide the king or give some nasty checks. Yeah, there's some nasty checks. It's actually super hard to... Ooh, nice find going around. Interesting. I didn't even consider that. Okay, so check here doesn't work. Check. If it moves up, it's almost mate. It's not quite, but it's... Oh, actually, it is mate. Yeah. If it moves down... Maybe g3 is a move. Let's go through this. Let's loop around. He might just hide behind the pawn. He might not move. Okay. Let's give this check. Let's hide behind the pawn. He's gonna hide behind the pawn for sure. Yeah. Okay, I see a trap in mind. If I move here and he moves the king, we can give a check, forking the queens, and if he takes, we can take the rook and be up a pawn. That looks like a draw, but I'm not quite so sure. I think that gives us the best chances, right? Putting the queen back, threatening something like this, right? And he might walk into it. Maybe there's some move here that it's actually wins for him, but I want to try to lay this trap. Let's see. Let this work. Oh god, the time pressure is getting me. I cannot believe I've held this so long. This check should work. Should be able to work, because if he doesn't take, we can take the queen and take this and wrap a rook. Should work. Am I missing? There's no other check. There's nothing. Oh, okay. Pawn push. Interesting. Yeah, this pawn is nasty. We gotta strike back. We have to strike back somewhere here. Have to. Otherwise, it's G. Whew. All right. I need some thinking. Okay, so he keeps pushing the pawns despite. Oh, he takes and makes a queen. Oh my god. That's terrible. What if I check? Can I check? Yes, king f1. Because otherwise I could take with check. Right? So he has to go king f1. Then I check him down here. Then he blocks the queen. Okay, this needs to work. So I check. His only good move is here. Is f1 because h1 walks into this, and otherwise I take with check. Then I check him here. I think he has to block. Otherwise it's some sort of mate. So I can trade out the queens and go rook a8 and grab this pawn. Should work. Should be able to work. Check. Oh my god, we're barely holding on this position. Looks like it could crumble any minute. Rook a8 should stop everything. This probably draw. Yeah. Could probably take this pawn now, then we take a7. Oh man. I'm gonna offer draw. Yeah, probably not because I'm low on time and okay, so he goes for the pawns. Interesting. Let's get the king forward. Okay, I don't know what that does. Let's go king e6 and win this pawn. It's probably gonna take on e4, after which I take on a7 the rook. Probably check here or just takes. This looks like a draw, but I don't know if I have the endgame technique to draw this. Rook c7 looks good. Going for this pawn, otherwise, and this is for sure a draw. He's probably gonna go check in here. If check, king c5, I need to run this way. Oh, okay, so he holds off, he doesn't give the check. Let's go king c5. Let's run around to get this pawn. He's probably gonna move his king forward as well. Try to block my king's route from here, but I think if we can we can't trade off the rooks. Oh, this is bad. Oh, okay. Can we go for this pawn? Let's go for it. If king here, king d4 actually, yeah. d5, d4. I don't know, d5 seems better for some reason. Maybe it was a bit of an inaccuracy. But d2. Oh, okay, so he's trying to shoulder us. But it doesn't really matter, right? Maybe I could get this pawn if he tries to go for this pawn. So, and then just hold it off. Should I go c4? c4. Let's go for this pawn. And he can't just... If he marches to f6, we give a check like this. Oh, and we kept the king off. Oh, nice. We kept the king off. Force him upright. Probably here. Wouldn't make sense to lose the pawn, right? And then we could bring it back to g7 and probably force a draw, right? Because we protect. If he anytime he tries to come down, we pick up we check and prevent the king. Should be good. We're going to try to go for this pawn. Should be able to hold this. Rook e6. Can go back. We can try to get this pawn, but that looks a little scary. Maybe we get let's get our king in. Oh, this could be a little nasty. This could be a little scary. Let's go king d5. Threaten some crazy stuff here. Actually, well, that wouldn't work because whatever. If check, just king d4 or king c4. Probably d4. Interesting. Let's go rook b7. Trying to just not get rid of, not like have an actual trade-off, and he doesn't have any checks, so that's good. I think we're managing to hold this. Can just give a check, right? I think we can move the king around. Yeah, I think if he tries to block, we slide it back. We can't trade off, obviously. Right, so now we can slide back to b7. If he tries to go for this, we'll check again. Again, this looks like a rook loss, but actually he dropped back. Interesting, I did not see that move. Is he trying to sneak behind? Yeah, I don't think this works. Actually, this is kind of bad. He's trying to go around here. Oh, maybe rook b1 to do the same thing here. Rook b1. Try to go for this. He's probably gonna check. Interesting. Oh, okay. Moves down. go king e4, and we're gonna protect this pawn through here. So he checks. Let's go back. Let's go back. And now if he tries to go for this pawn, I think we're fast enough with rook g1, yeah, to get this pawn and then hold off this pawn. Yeah. He has to stay close to this pawn because this rook, because we can, if we grab it, it doesn't matter if he gets this pawn. I think I can hold this endgame off. With 1 minute though, it's so close. Oh, I can't believe. If he checks, king d4. Let's go rook at check. So he goes for the pawn. Now let's go rook g1. If he takes, we take. He checks, we just slide back and forth. Yeah. Should be good. Still need to be careful about accidentally trading off the rook. I gotta just keep an eye on this pawn, right? That's how I gotta do it. And then eventually I can probably get this pawn. I'm gonna offer draw again. It might seem a little mean, but again, I think I can hold this. Genuinely, I think I can hold this. Wow, we get a draw.